Oh, hey, you're back. Awesome. But you're new, huh? Let me show you what's going on.
What you want, what you want.
Well, since you're new here, let me tell you what I've been doing. I've been making a haunted house facade, and it's turning out pretty cool. So I mean, look at it. Just look at this. I'm so super stoked with this thing. It's coming along so good. So happy. So the bottom portion of the house, boom, all the siding's carved in. Over here on the top side of the house, yep. I mean, so pretty much all the siding is carved in. How sweet. That took a long time. That took a lot longer than I planned on it taking, but it's gonna be worth it. Here's where we're at now. Now it's gonna get like fun, like cool fun. We're put some details in this thing. So we're at a point that windows get cut out, build trim for the windows, make side trim for all these corner pieces here, and that trim is going to be removable. Let me explain why. So when I put these walls together, I found it easier. I made these holes through here for the bolts to slide through to this side, so the wing nut was here, because I tried feeding it the other way with these walls and just having a little bit of room back here with my fingers. I had a real hard time trying to get this to start, so I wanted it to be easier to assemble. So I cut those holes. There's holes, you know, here in all three, on all panels, all the way around, so I can feed those bolts through the front side, make it easier to screw on the back side. Which means I'm going to be putting on basically 4-inch trim here and around on this side. All the side trim will be trim that I can remove and pull away. But anyway, enough talking, and it's time for me to get to work. Here's the plan, or here's what I'm going to try to do. So I'm going to take one of each one and kind of trace out the inside portion of this, and then make a trim that's, I don't know, a couple inches long or whatever. And I'm probably going to have it overlap the inside just a little bit too, so I can clean up hide any rough cut edges or anything like that from cutting this out. Boom. Window trim cut out. Here's a little detail that I did that I'm not sure is really worth the time, but I am probably going to go ahead and do it on the door area since you're going to be up close to that. Stuff on the second floor, don't think I'm going to do this, and I don't think I'm going to do it on my side trim because that stuff's going to be removable, but I'll show you what I did. All right, so I took the brass shape or whatever, and I went ahead and cut in a notch on the side here, so the siding kind of lays down into it. So kind of like this, you know, it's kind of how a house looks. I'm not really sure that little bit of detail right there is worth doing. You're probably not even going to notice it, and I can move this stuff along faster. And then I'm just going to use some great stuff, expandable foam in behind this. I'm going to pin it all in with some toothpicks and let that stuff dry up, and it should be good to go. Man, this day feels like it's just dragging on, and I'm not getting very far. Feels like, holy cow. I mean, it's October is in like 4 days, and I wanted this done by the 1st of October. Ain't happening. But so I don't want these windows where you can see through them. Maybe next year I'll box it off because I don't have time right now to deal with this. So we need to make these look like windows, paint them, you know, yada yada, just give it an illusion. so much closer. Boom, window in. Windows in, window in, window, and window. So now, right back, I can't do this. There, we're gonna work on, I'm gonna do the door trim. And I am going to do the whole sand on this thing because I didn't do that over there. And up high, you can't really tell. But when I really compare the difference between that window and the way those windows are put on, yeah, sanding that down makes that little bit of detail, it makes a difference. Then I'm gonna start cutting all of side trim, top trim, and I gotta deal with these roofs. And after dealing with the roofs, oh my gosh, we'll start painting this thing, shove it out front. There's probably a good chance that there's an easier way to measure out this stuff. But I'll just show you how I did it. So as you saw, I laid the door on here and then basically I traced the door out all the way through. And then I want my trim to kind of come over. The door's going to open to the inside. That's the plan. It better open to the inside. Anyway, I want it to open to the inside, so my trim's going to hang over, you know, a quarter inch or so, to that way the door would hide behind this trim. We don't see a gap in there. So anyway, I pulled that off. We pulled the line, and then I wanted my trim to be about 5 inches wide, so that's what we marked off. And then for me to get the arch, I took the door and I pulled the door down about a quarter of an inch, so our measurement would be kind of close to the same here. And then measured from this one 5 inches all the way, and just kind of staggered that, like every inch or so made a mark, and then I just kind of pre-handed the mark around. Now I'll just cut it out and we got trim. So here's something I really didn't explain this to you on the window deal, because I really wasn't sure if I was really going to do it again, but like I said, we're doing it again. So what I did to, same thing with the windows, is I temporarily put this in place with toothpicks, foam through foam with toothpicks. Then I'm going to trace out around the door with my marker, so I've got an outside edge, an outline of this, and then I'll go in with this rasp and shave down. But that little bit of detail right there, that recesses that framing in. It actually makes it easier to glue. It's flat, you know, but it looks like, man, if you got an old house with wood siding like mine, go look at it. Look at the window trim, the door trim. It all was put on and that siding butt up to it. So now, before some of you guys say, but Jay, wasn't the front of that in 2 panels that come apart so you can take this thing apart and store it and all that stuff? Weren't you preaching about how you were going to make it all removable? And didn't you just put this door trim, one solid piece, all the way up between 2 pieces? You'd be correct. I did do that. However, I did the same thing on the windows. Those windows and those windows, they separate between. So here's the plan. For this year, I'm moving this out in one piece and I'm moving that out in one piece. So I'm just going to leave those up. But when I go to take this apart, I'm going to come right in here on this seam, and I'm going to take a razor blade and I'm going to cut at a 45, kind of like a 45-degree angle, right through this. Same thing on that side. So this will stay with the top half, this will stay with the bottom half, and hopefully by putting at an angle kind of down like this, when it slides back together next year, the seam won't be so noticeable. That's how that's how I'm dealing with it right now. So super close. Oh, super close to starting paint. The big trim is going to attach to here, and it'll stay attached to here. The 4-inch trim will be trim that's removable, comes off and on. I have to deal with the roof. I have to deal with the little roof over there on each side. So I think I'm going to carve into that to make some details in the roof. And then I'm going to make some little things that come off of here to go down there. They'll screw in, you know, quick, pop, pull on, pull off. But super close. All I have to do now is deal with these bits of trim, because the windows are on up front. Everything I need attached to this thing is just about attached to it. So here in the next few days, I should be able to start painting this thing. And once it's painted, I can move it around the front of the house and start really putting it together. Once again, thank you guys for following on this crazy journey on something that really I don't know what I'm doing. I appreciate you guys, all you guys following along, and I really do appreciate the comments. So whatever, maybe negative comments, good comment, whatever. I enjoy seeing you guys down in the comments. I do read those, and I try to respond to all that stuff as well. So if you like it and you've enjoyed it, whatever, even if you think I'm doing it all wrong, but you like the way it's going, smash the like button, get the like button, and share the video. Other than that, if you want to show some support for the channel, you could always join up at Patreon. And at this moment in time, I'd like to thank all these incredibly awesome patrons. You guys rock, and you guys are going to be the reason that I'm going to be able to do bigger, more exciting projects, or even just bring you more projects. Yeah, that support helps out a ton. So maybe we can get this channel rocking and rolling. Till next time, keep making something from nothing.